Good evening from the grounds of the University of Tampa. I'm Connor Moore alongside Ian Gamiri. Dave Michigan will be joining us for the call. We're here for the pregame show, Ian. Glad to be with you as we're 17 and a half minutes away from getting our game going between the Rollins Tars, who went to this one 5-1-3 and 3-1 in Sunshine State Conference, against your Tampa Spartans, who enter this match 5-2-3, 3-0-1 in Sunshine State Conference play. Ian, what a game, what a night. Hopefully the rain has passed, but what do you expect to see from your University of Tampa Stars tonight?
Well, from the University of Tampa Stars, I expect a really close game between these two teams because they're both like I'd say one of the best two arguably one of the best two in the Sunshine State Conference, and we could be in for a real cracker of a game tonight.
So we are getting ready for action. Ian, how diverse has this team been? Taking a look, sophomore Kaylin Burrows, defense, she's been terrific. Freshman Elena Barr, how sensational has she been, Ian? Talk about Elena Barr and the hot start she's got off to in the 10 games this season.
Well, she's played 10 games. She started 3 of them, and in those games she's played, she's got 2 goals and 1 assist and won 5 points. Not really a good stat when you look at it, but considering she's a freshman who's just joined the team, that is quite remarkable. Considering she doesn't get that much playing time as well, like that is quite remarkable. She's more of a super sub, so expect a lot from her tonight.
Definitely. She's been one of the few bright spots when the Spartans haven't had it at times this season. Moving right along, Alexa Sheridan, the senior midi. Ian, compare her to a few players that just set the tempo, both physically and mentally. As an opponent, you know when you face Alexa Sheridan, she's going to give you all you can handle.
Yeah, absolutely. The way she creates some chances, the way she does everything, kind of reminds me of Paul Pogba of Manchester United. You know, like he creates everything. Obviously, Paul Pogba not been playing as good as he was at Juventus. A lot of criticism coming from that, but when Paul Pogba has played well for United, like that's how good Alexa Sheridan has been.
Yeah, World Cup winner Paul Pogba, he is. Yeah. What a player.
Yeah, absolutely. Scored in that final 2 against Croatia in that 4-2 victory.
Yeah, the French, wow, what a performance they put. But moving along, Emily Cady, the junior forward, how prolific has she been in the box, striking that ball? She's been a pleasure to watch just light up defenses throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, absolutely, Connor. Her stats speak for itself. She's played 10 games. She started 8 of them, and she's got 5 goals, and she's won her side 10 points. So that's like quite a stat. She wears the number 7, and if you're wearing the number 7, you gotta be special. You gotta perform. Like a lot of big players wear that number 7 jersey for their respective clubs, such as Ronaldo. He wears the number 7 for Juventus in Portugal. Alexis Sanchez wears it for Manchester United. Obviously not been performing as well, but when he has played for other sides, he has been doing very, very well. So wearing the number 7 is like a big ask. It's a lot of pressure, and so far she has lived up to that potential, has Emily Cady.
Definitely, and this is a Spartan team, so much depth, especially with upperclassmen. Anastasia Osgadam, the midi, she has been the player in the midfield box, and doing damage in the circle. It's been amazing. Libby Wiseman, Lauren McDonald, Lacey Nacella. We saw Nacella get several yellow cards, but if you're head coach Aaron Switolski, got to be pleased with her aggression.
Yeah, absolutely. Aggression is a key part of the game, and you got to be aggressive in midfield because that's where the games are won and lost usually, in the midfield. And the coach, she's going to be very, very pleased with her.
So Ian taking a look for the Tars now of Rollins College. They have a respectable record, 5-1-3 on the year. They've been led by Sarah Buckley. She has 4 goals on the season, the junior from Oviedo, Florida. Ian, take a look at that. I mean, 7 points, 9 shots on goal, 9 games and yet she's only started 2. So Sarah Buckley off the bench.
Oh yeah, she's got a lot of good stats, and the stats speak for herself. She started just 2 games. That's what surprised me, and yet she's the top goal scorer of this team. So that's kind of a confusing stat that I find. But she's won her side 7 points. She's got 9 shots on goal, and she's taken 18 shots in total. So she's got a 50% accuracy rate. So we probably might be expecting her to start tonight's game, but we'll have to wait and see. But if she's going to be on the pitch, I think the Spartan defense, they're really going to have to watch out because she is very prolific.
Definitely, Ian. And taking a look at those Sunshine State Conference standings, Spartans 3-0-1. They're looking up at Barry, who is 9-0 on the season. So the Spartans will next meet Barry. Actually, their next game, Ian, they're going to go from here. They'll be facing them on Saturday, so they'll be traveling to Miami Shores, Florida. Ian, talk about how intense of a game that'll be with the top dog at the moment, Barry.
Yeah, absolutely. The top 2, that's going to be quite a clash, and we're going to expect a lot of big games. 2 big games for the Tampa Spartans here. First, they're playing Rollins College, I believe, and they're in 3rd place in the standings. And Tampa would just have so playing 2 big teams on the trot. That's going to be very hard, Connor. Absolutely. It's like Manchester United having to play Chelsea and Manchester City within the same week. It's gonna really be a struggle, and I want to see how well the Spartans are gonna do, because this is gonna be a real test of how good they are, how good they can perform when they're playing the 2 best teams.
And let's take a look, Ian, moving forward. The Tars are coached by Elisa Schuck. She's done a nice job with this program for Rollins. And on the other side of things, you have Erin Switalski, the Campbell alma mater. And taking a look at her record coming into the season, she was 32, 21, and 13. But the clip has been impressive this year.
Yeah, absolutely. That's quite 32 wins, speaks for itself. And she's gonna be holding the key, because she's not afraid to try out new players. Just I think in the last game, she played the new goalkeeper that everyone was wanting to see, the goalkeeper from Sweden, and obviously she's gonna give Megan Bromwell a big
it's a nice compliment for sure to have Bromwell and Kamal out there. And let's take a look at the all-time series between the Tars and the Spartans. Well, the Spartans have their numbers, 17, 13, and 4. But now the Tars have won the last 3 meetings, Ian. So the last Spartans win over Rollins came in 2015 in Winter Park when they won 2-1. Ryan, talk to us about momentum. You beat the team 3 consecutive games. You have to have confidence moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Three wins on the trot. That's definitely going to boost your confidence, and that's going to be key. What Tampa have got to remember, even if they lose this game, it's still not over. There's still many more games. I think the game against Barry might be bigger, but this game is also quite important, and if they win, it'll be a great result. But if they lose, they shouldn't be too mad about it, because even though that could take the momentum away going into the game against Barry. So that's what the Spartans might feel tonight, that it's a must-win game to go into Barry with a good momentum. And if that happens, that'll be great for the Spartans, because that's going to give you confidence to play against a top-ranked team. If you go wait, we've just been the 3rd place team, so we can give the team ranked first a big run for their money. We can catch them in this conference now. How going to be close?
Quick reminder, Connor Moore, Ian Gamiri with you for the pregame. We're just north of 8 minutes from action. Dave Michigan will be joining us for the call. Ian, you're going to be on the field for us giving your sideline analysis. We'll hope to touch base with you a couple times during the game via score or injury, but we're seeing the wind pick up here, and the clouds, they do look dark. So as a player, how much of an impact does that have the weather?
Well, wind-wise, it's going to be a big factor because all those long balls, they're going to start be moving direct. The balls are going to start moving in certain directions, so that's going to be awkward for the defenders and the attackers to play, to do headers and stuff.
And I think that's where coaching really comes in, as we see the wind is heavily favoring east right now. That's something that coaching staffs of both teams are going to talk about to their teams. Hey, aim left because that ball's going to curve.
Yeah, absolutely. The wind is gonna hold a lot of key elements to this game, and also maybe the rain as well, because as you know, rain it slows down the pace of the ball when you pass it. So they're gonna be like, the coaches, they're gonna tell their players, look, you gotta hit more firmer passes because it's gonna be slower because of the rain. So weather has a huge impact on the game, although it may not seem like it. But trust me, as a player, I've been through this experience, and it makes a huge difference, Connor.
Yeah, we have Ian starting his intramural soccer team. Ian, how's that going? A lot of talent, obviously, in the Tampa community for your team.
Yeah, absolutely. Great players I'm playing alongside. So far, my co-rec team, which I've been playing with more recently, we're 2-0 and 0.
Hey, okay.
So hopefully, our last game's on Sunday. Hopefully we can get the third win and qualify as the winners of the standings, and hopefully play the weakest team in the playoffs.
Well, good luck, Ian. And I know since you've been with us here on the broadcast, you've obviously been able to take away a lot of similar moves that these players have had, because they're wizards. They're very talented gamers. They know how to score, and they know fancy footwear we talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. They're gonna be putting that on display here hopefully tonight. Hopefully the Spartans come away with a win. I'm fully confident that they can, after all. And picking up from what I've learned from these players, like, they're not afraid to go at it. They're not afraid to take the players on. That's what I want to see. That's how I play. I'm not afraid to take players on, and hopefully it will help me become a better player after watching these guys.
Definitely. And now back to the Spartans today. We haven't spoken too much about Mawiko Morris, but we definitely should. Oh my goodness, what a year she's had. 6 goals on only 12 shots, so she's converting on 50% of her shots. And talk about those 13 points that she has for the freshman.
A freshman wearing the number 10, the most famous number worn by Lionel Messi. So if you're wearing the number 10, you gotta be a special player as well.
And that she is.
Yeah, that she is. She scored 6 goals, has 1 assist, and that's a team record high at the moment. Most goals. She's won her side 13 points. She's got 12 shots on goal and converted about 6 of them, so that's quite impressive for a player of her caliber. And I think, like, she's gonna hold the key in this game tonight. Like, she's gonna be the one player that the Rollins College are gonna really keep their eye on, because she's gonna be that spark for the Spartans that will just make it happen. Her along with Emily Cady, I think those two hold the key for the Spartans at the moment.
Well, thank you very much, Ian, for doing the pregame show. We'll have Dave joining us momentarily, and we'll get ready for soccer. We're just north of 4 minutes away. Ian, enjoy the field view, and we'll be tuning into you later.
All right, thank you, Connor.
Whenever you're ready, my man.
All right, let's do it.
Pepin Stadium in downtown Tampa is our site on the campus of the University of Tampa. Women's soccer tonight as the UT Spartans will take on Rollins, the Rollins Tars, in an SSC conference matchup. Hi again, everybody. Dave Mishkin alongside Connor Moore. And at least the rain is not here, unlike the last game I did with you, Connor, but we have a nice breeze. Should be a very comfortable atmosphere. Maybe some of that September heat has said bye-bye. We're in October, and hopefully we'll have a really good match tonight between two of the top teams in the conference, separated second and third. They're right next to each other.
Absolutely, Dave. This is a pivotal two-game sequence for the Spartans. You mentioned they're playing the Tars tonight. Then they'll play Saturday. They'll be going to Barry, who's currently undefeated at 4-0 in Sunshine State Conference play and 9-0 on the season. But about tonight, look forward to the Spartans taking it to the next level. They've had so many contributors this year, and the freshmen have stepped up in a big way, particularly Knapp. We're seeing Quinn Knapp start again. Mawiko Moore, she leads the team with 6 goals. It has been a pleasure to watch these Spartans grow and just get better and better each game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pepin Stadium.
Spartans have had to adjust to the injury absence of Allie Robinson, who has been a staple for them in the back, and that's given an opportunity for a player like Knapp. Let's listen in for Eric Erlindson's introductions of the starters.
For Rollins College, in goal, 00, junior Kelly Rosewell.
Kelly Rosewell, the keeper.
At midfield, number 2, senior Kiara McMeekin.
Kiara McMeekin.
On defense, number 3, senior Shalisa Crowell.
Talisa Crowell. Catherine O'Brien back from injury. She missed all of last season. Olivia Talmadge. China McGirt, one of their top scorers, along with O'Brien. Megan Mosley in the midfield. Molly von Eschenbach. Jill Richards is their leading point scorer. Kayla Crosby in the back.
Sophomore Gianna Marigliano.
And Gianna Marigliano rounds out the starting 11.
And Dave, taking a look at the Spartans, Sid Griner, a junior from Trinity, Florida. We've mainly seen her off the bench. She gets the spot start tonight for Coach Swoltalski.
She had a big goal in their last contest. One they eventually won 3-2, but she had the tying goal, 2-2. Megan Bromwell, the keeper. Emily Cady. There's Knapp. Connor was just talking about her. Third in the conference with those 6 goals, Mawiko Morse.
Yeah, Spartans getting over 18.5 shots per game, scoring over 2 as well. They've only given up 1.3 thus far.
Lauren McDonald also getting into the starting 11.
Number 18, sophomore Rennie Taiwo.
Rennie Taiwo, a staple in the back.
Number 19, junior Lacey Nacello.
Lacey Nacello.
At midfield, number 22.
Spartans have been playing phenomenal soccer. They haven't lost a game since September 12th, and that was against 22nd ranked Georgia College. So they've been playing very steady soccer of late.
4-0-1 in their last 5, and they've feasted within the conference. 3-0-1 in the conference. Rollins is 3-1 in the conference. Our national anthem. Spartans in their white uniforms with red numbers. The Tars in their blue jerseys with gold numbers. Rollins has had a string of very good seasons up until last year. Last year was a rough one. Mentioned they were missing due to injury O'Brien. They were also missing due to injury Sarah Buckley, who's the daughter actually of Keith Buckley, the longtime head coach of the men's team. They both missed the entire season last year, and Rollins went just 4-9-2. But obviously, with those players back healthy, they're having a much better season this year.
Yeah, and you mentioned Buckley. She has 4 goals, 9 games, but only starting 2 of them. So we see Buckley predominantly comes off the bench, and she will again tonight. So she's found her role and kind of taking it as the 12th man, if you will. And for the Tars, it's been a nice addition as they are first to take the field. Spartans getting ready to come out of their huddle.
Coach Switalski was saying, relating to Griner, and also Gabby Desitels, who played over 60 minutes in their last meeting. 2 games ago, they had a non-conference matchup with Florida National, and those players had a strong performance, so she decided to put them in the last matchup, and they both contributed. And we mentioned Sid Griner had that important goal to get that game tied 2-2.
Absolutely, and having so much depth, it does apply a lot of pressure to the starters because you have so many players waiting to get in off the bench, waiting for their number to be called. And we saw that. We saw with Griner, we saw with Gabby Desitoles, Lauren McDonald is starting. The other side of things, Kelly Rosewell, she has allowed 8 goals on the year while saving 32 shots. She has 1 shutout on the year, and the Spartans look to score a couple goals off her tonight.
Tars will start with possession. O'Brien with the opening touch. We are ready to go from Tampa, and we are underway.
Aggressive right out of the gate are Morris and Katie.
Pressuring Morigliano. Now Crowell goes to the far side. Crosby up the field. And A lead ball, too much mustard on that. It'll be a goal kick for Bromwell.
And Quinn Knapp has sort of been the goal kick specialist. She has a much stronger leg than Bromwell. Look for her to take the majority of the goal kicks tonight.
Good job, Connor. You're right on top of that. This ball to midfield, 50-50. Renee Taiwo gets her foot on it, looks to advance it. Pursuing is Katie. She kind of cuts toward the middle. Contested ball in the corner. It comes in front, but off the side of the goal. Pretty good attempt there from Morse, but couldn't quite bend that back in play into the area.
Yeah, wind is absolutely going to play a factor tonight.
So we got two Wells in the nets, Rosewell and Bromwell. Rosewell of Rollins. Goal kick to midfield. There's Griner losing to Morigliano. Ball at midfield. Mosley for China McGirt. Dispossessed by Lacey Nicello, but here's O'Brien for McGirt. Through ball, O'Brien pursues, Bromwell over to pick it up. Pretty good job almost shielding the attacking player from the goal right there. That was a fine effort by McDonald, number 15 in white. O'Brien again, though. Some early pressure from the Tars. Looking for Jill Richards. That was taken away by Griner. McDonald back for Griner. Need to get out of trouble here. Lauren McDonald spins it toward midfield. Blocking it was McMeekin. And O'Brien puts it back into the area, but there's Bromwell. 2.5 minutes in, no score. Spartans would like to get a little bit more pressure. Bromwell bounces that toward Morse. Bounced over her head, but there's Emily Cady. That's going to be off Morigliano and a throw-in.
Taking a look at the all-time series, Spartans have a 17, 13, and 4 all-time record, but they've dropped the last 3 meetings. Spartans have not beaten the Tars since 2015 down in Winter Park, Florida. They won that game 2-1.
That includes last year. We mentioned Rollins had a tough year, but they did post a victory over the Spartans. Morse tried to put that in front. It comes back to Libby Wiseman. Back heel pass didn't work. And McGirt on the counter. China McGirt cutting toward the middle. Ball for Jill Richards. To the far side, and Talmadge, Olivia Talmadge. Toward the offensive third, and O'Brien. Sneaky little ball in front. Taiwo there. And a counter, Wiseman. Asgadam turns with it. Tried to feed it cutting Lacey Nasello. That is intercepted by Mosley. Oh, she got stripped from behind. Nicely done by Morse, but a late whistle for a foul.
Not only was it late, it was also very quiet. Nobody really on the field heard that, but it was called nonetheless.
4 minutes off the clock. Free kick. Kayla Crosby passes to Jill Richards. Good challenge by Greiner. Richards just has to bump it away to Morigliano. Too much air into that one. Ramo will easily collect it. Ramo has seen the bulk of the action this year for the Spartans. Puts that one to midfield. Mosley had it, lost it. Wiseman, a ball, is going to deflect forward. Knapp, put it toward the offensive third. It's going to be a throw-in for UT. Knapp will do the honors. Short ball to Wiseman, trying to return to Knapp. Intercepted, China McGirt on the attack. Ball across, picked up by McDonald. That broke up the attack, but Tars will stay with it. As Von Eschenbach trying to make a play to a teammate. 50-50 ball at midfield. Nasello there for the Spartans. Now Cady. McDonald. Tough ball knocked away by Morigliano. Taylor Coaster with her head moves it forward. Nasello. Both teams having trouble stringing together consecutive passes here in this sequence. Finally, Cady tracks it, bumps it for Greiner. I guess it's a function, Connor, of both teams defending hard, too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also the wind. The wind has picked up dramatically, but as you mentioned, Dave, the defense has been spot on thus far, and neither team able to get any breakaways.
That was an errant pass to Greiner. Morigliano in the throw-in. Megan Mosley. Tough ball again. Greiner leaves it, Taylor Coaster. And that flew on her a little bit. Throw in for Richards.
Yeah, she was looking that time for Greiner, but as you mentioned, that one just sailed on her 2 or 3 feet well above Greiner's head.
Gianna Morigliano. Throwing down the sideline, connects with Catherine O'Brien. McGirt broken up. Nicely done by Lacey Nasello, and Greiner punches it forward. Oh, nice little move, Mawiko Morse. Down that left wing. Morse pulls up. Diving tackle Morigliano. It'll be a throw-in.
Yeah, Mawiko Morse, the reason she's so effective, she's an artist. She knows what she's going to do before the defender knows, or even herself. She made that play split second, and it worked out for her.
McDonald looks to put this ball in front. Asgadam, a shot blocked. She had a pretty good look there. Nastasia Asgadam on it again.
Yeah, Morigliano with a prime time stop that time, getting her body in front of the shot.
McDonald keeps this ball alive. Nastasia Asgadam pursues it toward the corner flag. Nice little move into the penalty area. A pass for Cady blocked. Who's going to come up with this? Kind of a late whistle. That might have hit off of Asgadam's hand. Not sure if they're calling a handball on that or a foul, but it's going to be a free kick for Rollins.
Yeah, look to hit Asgadam's wrist. Another delayed call, though, but after the Tars plead for it, they get the call.
Nearly 8 minutes in. Spartans have had a couple of decent runs in the last 2 minutes or so. Rosewell's free kick. Gonna bounce to Catherine O'Brien. Now Richards. Leads it forward. Mosley. The cross blocked by Nasello. Saved by Nasello. Otherwise it would have been a corner. So instead it's a throw-in.
Yeah, Lacey Nasello, just knowing where she is on the field. Huge difference. Throw-in compared to what could have easily been a corner kick.
Mosley looking to make something happen here. Right-footed cross. Dangerous ball here. McGirt. And that went wide. Was it touched? I think so, by Wiseman. Let's see if this is a corner.
Yeah, right off the left shin of Wiseman, but had to do it. She was deep into the Spartans box. McGirt has the shot for the Tars. Asgadam has the lone shot for the Spartans so far.
Corner from Richards. Mosley put it into the area. Clean play. Rollins wanted a foul and a PK, but that looked like it was 2 feet on ball right there. Rigliano hurries the throw-in back in. That was probably closer to a foul as Coaster bumped McGirt. They say play on. So McMeegan goes across. Crosby. And Olivia Talmadge is fouled by Knapp.
Yeah, the trip there by Knapp. Getting back to that sequence, so very physical out there. Head official letting them play.
Richards is their set piece specialist. Takes their corners and free kicks. This one about 40 yards out on the side. Puts it into the penalty area. Headed right back out. That was Lacey Nasello. And puts it right under the foot of Moiko Morse. Nice lead ball. Asgadam. Nastasia Asgadam. Slowed up and dispossessed. That was a good play by Von Eschenbach. And it leads to a throw-in for Rollins. Rigliano lobs that in. That looked like it could have been a handball. They say it's okay from McGirt. And Mosley just bombs that thing forward. This will be a possession for the Spartans. Well, it actually stayed in play. Hit that corner flag.
A lot of open real estate now for Griner, trying to figure out what she wants to do with it.
McDonald. Coaster. Asgadam. Nasello over the top. Can it stay in play? Griner pursues, couldn't quite catch up to it in time.
Head official Janessa Gunn signaling for the Tars. The long throw-in here by McGirt.
Nasello takes it away. Ball intercepted by Richards. Coaster returns the favor. Taylor Coaster. Good ball to Griner. And that got blocked by Morigliano, who's been a pretty important player in the back early in this game for Rollins. He's had a couple of good plays. McDonald off her head. And out for a throw-in for Richards. That was a throw-in to no one. I think this one is going to miss the corner flag.
Yeah, very conservative play calling by this Tars, just trying to change field positions. That was almost like a punt in football right there.
Over 12 minutes into the scoreless first half, Quinn Knapp lining up the free kick. And McMeekin got her head on that. Plays it forward. Catherine O'Brien. defending coaster, a throw in for Rollins. O'Brien quickly puts it in. China McGirt got loose, across, and that was a handball. A little bit of a tough break. It hit off the grass and bounced up and ended up banging off the hand of Crowell, who had snuck in from the back.
Yeah, and if you're cheering for Rollins, got to be disappointed you did not come away with anything there, because the Spartans were out of position on the back end defensively.
Wiseman, a tough ball here, is dispossessed. McGirt, Talmadge, defending Taiwo, takes it away and clears it off the sideline, or over the sideline, so immediate danger has passed.
And how about Rennie Taiwo? The hip check that time. Head official Gunn's going to let him play. Be physical out there. The more aggressive team's going to win tonight.
Shalisa Crowell throws it in. McGirt couldn't handle it. Taiwo just lifts that high in the air. Spartans cannot move the ball past midfield right now. O'Brien battling with Rennie Taiwo, and that's off of the Tars for a goal kick. But definitely some pressure applied by Rollins in the last couple of sequences. Knapp. And this time it is across the midfield stripe. They're going to run onto it. Katie puts it into space. And Lauren McDonald. Now Morse. McDonald. Moiko Morse. Here's the cross. Wiseman traps it down. Keeps possession. Quinn Knapp. Nice little move around two Rollins defenders. Gets it back from Katie, finally dispossessed. Bouncing around, Nasello chips one toward goal. Save made by Rosewell.
That's the shot Lacey Nasello needs to take, and she almost converted a little bit higher, and that would have been a no-doubter.
Rosewell boots this thing onto the Spartan side of the midfield stripe. Nasello comes down with it. Here's Quinn Knapp. Over the top, too far for Morse. Rosewell was an NSCAA All-South first team player last year. And that was on a team, as we mentioned, that struggled. She was the star. Jill Richards on a run here. Taiwo defends, couldn't do anything with it. Shot over the bar by Mosley.
And that's a risky pass by Taiwo. She'll be glad that one went over the crossbar, but she centered that one right in the middle. That could have been dangerous.
Under 29 minutes, left in a scoreless first half. Both teams with opportunities, though, recently. Knapp to midfield. Nasello. Nastasia Asgadam. Morse. One touch Katie. Can she get to it? Von Eschenbach put it out off the Spartans player.
It deflected off Katie. I think even Von Eggerbach was surprised of that.
Knapp steps up to intercept that throw-in. And Von Eschenbach this time definitely put that out untouched by a Spartan, and this will be a corner kick, the first corner kick for UT.
B. McDonald getting ready to take it. The freshman, she's stepped up big lately. Can she do it again?
Running up is Knapp to present another option for McDonald if she doesn't want to put it into the penalty area, but she does. Wiseman was after it, couldn't get it, but here's Greiner shooting, blocked, and it deflects out.
Yeah, good ball by McDonald, just credit the Tar defense. As quick throw in here.
Asgadam couldn't control that first touch. Morigliano with the throw-in. That was a tough bump and a foul.
Yeah, that's been the summary so far. Spartans with 3 fouls, none for the Tars. They are bringing the aggression, and right now they're just delivering the punch, just cannot take that first goal on the scoreboard.
Spartans time. It's time for the Wheel of Sparta. Look for our marketing
Gianna
staff
Morigliano.
of the UT Spartan player that you land on.
Long range free kick. Looking for O'Brien. Good play by McDaniel to get in the way. Richards has it back. Slips it through. Captain O'Brien. Cut off by Coaster, but now a corner for Rollins.
And we'll see Jill Richards with her second corner of the evening. The senior from Winter Park, local, 5'4" defender, getting her chance.
To the back post. Wiseman boots it away from trouble. Talmadge broken up on a hard tackle by Katie, cleanly done. And Brahmo will field it.
Bromwell taking her time here, analyzing down the field.
Looking for Asgadam. And that went out off of whom? Asgadam. Richards on a quick counter. Lobs it from McGirt. Coaster defending. And that is out for a throw-in, though, not a corner. Went over the sideline.
Yeah, these last 10 minutes or so have been all Rollins right now in Tampa territory. Spartans having to do it on the defensive side of things.
Mosley was going to get loose, and coming in late was Wiseman to just get that ball out of a high traffic area, but now it's a corner.
Richards will do it again, and Libby Wiseman really saved the day on that one. Cannot take any chances when you're only a few feet away from the goal.
Richards, third corner tonight. And Wynn might have taken that one.
It definitely did. Wow, that one sailed about 5 feet behind the net. So we'll go quickly down to our sideline reporter, Ian Gamiri. Ian, what are you seeing on the field so far?
Substitution for Tampa. Entering the game, number 27, Julia Detweiler. Replacing number 16, Libby Wiseman.
Well, Connor, it's been a very tight game. Both teams have trying to feel each other out. And in this game so far, I've seen like very different spells. Like for the first part of the first half, I've seen Tampa dominate. Then it became Rollins. And then after again, it became Tampa again. So it's kind of been like that throughout this game. So far, recently it was Rollins. So now I think with the ball going into the Rollins half, I think like it's gonna be Tampa now trying to dominate the attacking half of this game. So that's more or less what I've expected from this game, and we're probably gonna expect more of the same as the match goes on, depending on who takes the lead and who scores and how many they score. And down from the touchline here, all the players there encouraging each other on, and it's, as I said, second against third is going to be quite a game, and it hasn't disappointed yet. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, Ian. Getting back to the game here, 23-10, 0-0 is the score. Spartans on the move.
Yeah, Morse makes a steal. Ball comes back to Moiko Morse. Dispossessed by McMeekin. Morris has it again. Katie looking to barrel through. Morigliano was able to disrupt that. And finally it's just knuckleballed out by Richards. Now Spartans were looking to kind of reverse the pressure, which they had been feeling for 4 or 5 minutes. See if they can keep this attack sustained. As they say that, O'Brien makes a steal for Richards. Nice ball. Sprinting toward it was Mosley. Taiwo came over to defend, but now a throw-in again for Rollins. Jill Richards. McGirt protecting. Coaster defending. Gets help from Griner. And that just went out. Throwing for the Spartans. That was close, but the official was right there.
Yes, so far it's been a grudge match. Neither team allowing the other to get comfortable, and back again are the Spartans deep in their own territory.
Yeah, and pressuring Griner was McGirt. McDaniel steps up, good tackle, and Griner just knocked it out to midfield. But here's Morigliano. Going across, Talmadge. Back for Kayla Crosby. Asgadam. Strong challenge. Crosby gets away. O'Brien. And she committed a foul. Backed into Taiwo.
Expect a long ball from Knapp here, but Spartans keeping their head on a swivel. The defense is held up. Now it's time for the offense to take advantage.
Yeah, they had that one really good look for Nasello that required a good save from Rosewell, but other than that, it's been a pretty quiet attack so far for the Spartans. And not a lot of possession time in the offensive third. Emily Cady at midfield. Goes over to Knapp. Cady again. Detweiler. And it's out off Crosby.
Detweiler's been on the field for about 10 minutes now. She replaced Wiseman, giving some good life off the bench. Spartans very deep, so expect a lot of new faces on the field throughout the course of the game.
Knapp lobs that one toward the penalty area. Contested ball, and it was kind of coaxed out by Talmadge, leading to a goal kick. Approaching 20 minutes left in a scoreless first half.
A cool night here in Tampa, Florida. Nice crowd on deck.
But with that coolness, you alluded to it, Connor, the wind, and it's taken some time for the players on both sides to adjust. Well, it's a foul in midfield, free kick upcoming.
Yeah, it's been evident. We saw Jill Richards take a corner kick that did not even come close to entering the field of play. And as for the Spartans, the wind favoring east, it's been a factor as they try to go west here in the first half.
Kieran McMeegan, long ball, Bromwell catches it. Reverses it quickly. Asgadam runs onto this. Tough ball from Morris. Morigliano got it away. A throw in for McDaniel. Griner. And that got knocked away by Crowell.
So we'll see Quinn Knapp yet again trying to move the ball into Tar territory.
Knapp, the freshman. Sorry, Connor.
Yeah, who will step up, though, for the Spartans? We've been playing now 26 minutes, so many different elements.
She got that one on the ground. Smart play with the wind. Griner fields it. A ball for Cady, knocked away by Crosby. Talmadge. Short ball, O'Brien. Well defended. Crowell for Talmadge. She got run over. They say clean tackle.
Play on.
Yep. Detweiler tried to put it forward. Morris was upfield, but it got blocked. Now Knapp under pressure from O'Brien. Forces a steal. Olivia Talmadge. Back for O'Brien. And a whistle. Talmadge knocked down.
Yeah, Knapp got away with it the first time. Victimized the second time, and now a free ball here for the Rollins attack. Sorry,
it was a foul on the Rollins side.
Offsides is the call.
Okay. I thought they had the defender back still on the other side, but apparently not. She was definitely behind Knapp. But the linesman called it.
They have a better angle than us, obviously.
Knapp, a long ball to Muiko Morse. And that ball is out. Some of the Rollins defenders limping a little bit.
5 fouls for the Spartans, 2 for the Tars. Rosewell has a save. Bromwell has not had a shot on goal yet.
That was Von Eschenbach, hobbled a little bit. You can see her limping, hanging in there though. Mosley tried a drop pass, picking it off. Asgadam for Nasello. Converged upon, that ball was out, and they're going to try and get Von Eschenbach out right here. Might have been off that contested play at the sideline. Although it's McGirt going out. Sarah Buckley comes in.
And for the Spartans, it'll be Sid Griner coming off the field, replaced by Alexa Sheridan.
Also in the game, Rebecca Volk, who's got the throw-in right here. Looking for Buckley. Taiwo heads it away. Knapp punches it forward. Crowell is dispossessed. Well done by Katie. Leads Morse. There's Von Eschenbach.
Substitutions first for Rollins.
She's watched closely but finds Crosby.
Buckley replaces number 7.
Put it out toward midfield.
Also for Rollins, number 20.
Knapp there. Volk a steal.
6.
And that is out off Knapp.
Substitution for the University of Tampa.
Buckley.
5, Alexa Sheridan.
Diagonal ball. Jill Richards sprinting after it. McDaniel got to it first.
Yeah, McDaniel won the foot race, and it was a big one, trying to slow down the Tars.
Richards does get the throw in here. Holds on to it. Flips it for Mosley. Knocked away by Nasello, but another throw in for Richards. Approaching 15 minutes remaining in the first half. No score. Buckley heads it along. Mosley open with the right foot. Dispossessed.
Yeah, Mosley's got to take that shot earlier. She was trying to walk her way, but Tars still out there, and finally Tampa gets up with the ball.
Morigliano put that in on Bromwell. Dangerous look for Mosley, who barely missed earlier in the half with a shot over the crossbar. That one, she never got the shot off. Bouncing ball in midfield. Crosby lifts that out of play.
The wind is really intensifying right now, my goodness.
Spartan substitution, number 25, Lisa Caprara. Replaces number 7, Emily Katie.
Katie out for Lisa Caprara. In the meantime, O'Brien not going to catch that ball. Instead, it's Taiwo. My Spartans going right into that headwind. Might be advised to make some short passes. That one was a longer pass taken away by Crowell. Knapp has it back. Chips it forward. Caprara. Asgadam. Detweiler could not complete the sequence. Here's Crosby. Von Eschenbach. Well, she was shaken up earlier. She's shaking it off. Rigliano put it to midfield. McDaniel is there, looking to get around Richards. Little ball for Morse. One touches it. Sheridan. Caprara. Working hard. Maintains possession. An errant pass to Asgadam. Taken away by Mosley. And that kind of handcuffed Coaster. It'll be a throw-in for Rollins. Tars were back in their heels a little bit during that sequence, but they get the throw-in here.
Yeah, it's been back and forth. I don't know how many turnovers have been committed by each team, but they're starting to mount up. So right now, it comes down to the fundamentals. You got windy conditions right now, so not too many long balls, presumably. Got to take advantage. Skill pass work, use your teammates.
Richards for Buckley. Heads it forward. Coaster is there, and she just dribbled that out of play. O'Brien the throw-in for Buckley. Mosley follows up. And again it's out, and again a throw-in for Rollins. Buckley's got a really strong right foot. She's scored from long range already this year.
Yeah,
So the Spartans have to be aware of her.
She's only been out there for about 5 minutes now, and she's already had 2 nice crosses, and she's been pushing it for Rollins, so she's making her presence known.
Number 3, Shalisa.
Catherine O'Brien, strong move to the corner flag. Trying to squeeze free. Nicely done. Collides with Taiwo, who went down hard. Ooh. Rennie Taiwo may have knocked heads with O'Brien.
We'll go to the quick commercial break. Hang on, no, we're going to stay right here as Taiwo gets to her feet, and we'll have a Jill Richards corner momentarily as both teams enter the box.
Taiwo hanging in there. Richards looking for Ramirez, who just came into the game. Richards had it back. Sheridan the tackle. Keeps it alive. And that'll be a goal kick. Strong effort by Sheridan.
Yeah, in the corner, too. Not much room to work with, but she made it pay off.
Knapp setting things up with 11 minutes left in a scoreless first half. Tried to keep that one low. McMegan got to it first. Here's Knapp. Nice ball, Detweiler with space. Julia Detweiler leads Caprara. Down that right wing, Crosby knocks it out. A throw in for the Spartans.
When the Spartans have gone in transition, they've been fluent. Just got to get those opportunities, and they're going to make you pay.
Another substitution.
Number 3, Elena Barr.
Elena Barr comes in
Number 10, Moiko Morris.
for Morse. Knapp in traffic, loses Buckley. Mosley. O'Brien. Volk. A steal for Coaster. Counter chance for UT, but Detweiler's dispossessed. Buckley to O'Brien. Catherine O'Brien back for Sarah Buckley. Marches toward the offensive third. Good coverage by the Spartans. Taiwo deals this to midfield. McMegan heads it right back to O'Brien. Now Volk to the corner flag. Knapp slows her up. And that ball rolled over the end line. It's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, both players fighting valiantly for it, but Quinn Knapp, she wins the battle. She gets the goal kick.
Rebecca Volk disagreed. Clock down to 9:10 remaining in the first half. We've not had a ton of dangerous looks for either side, and maybe the weather contributing to that.
Yeah, 4 corner kicks for Richards for the Tars. She has not been able to find her teammate. And for the Spartans, we saw early, McDonald had one in the first few minutes, but aside from that, they've not had another corner kick.
Foul on Asgadam. So as the clock ticks down to 8.5 minutes, Crosby with the free kick. From distance, but right in the middle of the field. Puts it to O'Brien, and she, with her back to goal, headed it to goal, but Bromwell ready for it.
Yeah, that's a creative play call against the traditional sweeper-keeper. Bromwell, she stays back in the net, so she was ready for that one.
Another 50-50 ball in midfield, off McMegan. McDonald's throw-in. Sheridan. McDonald was slow to get to that. Gets help from Coaster. Back from McDonald. Taylor Coaster. Not a lot of room for the Spartans to work with, but if they can move the ball quickly, maybe a chance to run with space. That is slowed due to a foul, so it'll be a free kick.
Yeah, just the third foul for Rollins. It goes against Chessa Ramirez.
Lauren McDonald lining up the free kick. No white jerseys around that ball. Richards was there for Buckley. Pass blocked by Coaster. Hard tackle on Buckley, who's slow to get up. In the meantime, Sheridan will move it. McDonald back in midfield. Buckley still on the ground. It's out off McDonald and shaken up from that tackle.
And as we get that 10-2, we'll go to a quick commercial break.
Your pizza loaded with cheese, then have we got a crust for you. Pizza Hut's Ultimate Cheesy Crust Pizza. 16 cheesy pockets overflowing with a 5-cheese blend of melted cheeses. Only from Pizza Hut and only for a limited time. No one out.
Welcome back as we have an injured tar at Sarah Buckley. Let's go down to the field. Ian, what do you see in terms of the injury to Sarah Buckley?
Sorry about the delay. I think the wind, weather had an impact there, but Sarah Buckley injured. That's a big loss for Rollins. She's probably been their best player this season with 4 goals, so now that's a big problem for Rollins. They're going to have to struggle, but the tackle kind of looked bad. I was surprised there wasn't a free kick called there, and like the way she's gone down, it looks like she won't be able to continue this game because that was a hard tackle from behind, and it's unlikely she's going to continue. But during the course of the game, I've been pretty surprised by Rollins. I'm surprised they haven't picked up on the cast that Megan Bromwell has been wearing, because I'm sure you picked that up, and I'm surprised that they've not been pressing from the front, because whenever Megan's got the ball when she's got the ball in her feet, she's always tried to go as short as possible. So I'm surprised that they haven't pressed on her and eventually forcing her to go long all the time. So that's kind of shocking. But for the Spartans, I think they'd be pretty happy with how they've played. But as you know, they need a win to keep up with Barry, because at the moment it looks like Barry is going to be running away with this league at the moment. And back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Ian. Well, it's great to see that Buckley is up and trying to walk this off. She was definitely in a lot of pain, Connor, and you could see her writhing on the ground, holding her hands to her head. Looked like a right leg, knee, maybe an ankle. The trainer was out flexing it. It was a hard tackle from behind, but the official said play on.
Yeah, and that's an injury that the Tars can ill afford. As you guys have both been mentioning, 7 points on the season for Buckley. She is one of the main catalysts. She's on the field. She's still being tended to. We will keep you posted on her. She's trying to run it off on the sidelines, but back to the field. We have a throw-in. It'll be Mergliano for Rollins.
Well, Buckley may be coming back in the field. I only see 9 players outside of the keeper. So Morigliano puts it to Chessa Ramirez.
Substitution for Rollins.
Yeah,
Entering
there's.
game number 18, Jill Richards, replacing number 14, Sarah Buckley.
Don't pay attention to that. Buckley never technically left the game. I mean, she went to the sideline. They never replaced her, though. So she's back on the field. That's great to see. Richards a throw-in for Ramirez. Alexa Sheridan got a foot on it, but here's Richards again.
And that maybe just speaks to the acting job by Buckley. She looked like she was about to be carted off the field, but she's right back ready to go. So here we go, back to action.
Coaster trying to protect this ball. Chessa Ramirez takes it away. That is out off who? Ramirez. Clock running, 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in a scoreless first half. Knapp's probably thinking every time I line up for a goal kick, the wind picks up.
Yeah, and she is facing the direct portion of the wind right now. It's not going to be easy to deliver one across midfield. Let's see what she's got. Not too bad. It falls a little bit short.
Looking for a teammate. I think that went out off McNegan, but no. No argument on the UT side.
Yeah, Janessa Gunn's done a nice job dictating the tempo. Both teams playing clean ball.
Nifty throw in here to O'Brien. Double teamed, spinning on Taiwo, and she lost it. I'll say this, Connor. I don't think either team has necessarily had a number of great looks, but Rollins definitely has had an advantage in possession.
Absolutely. The majority of this game so far has been taking place in Spartan territory. Elena Barr could not get to that. She'll try to chase it down. But that's something that head coach Witalski is definitely going to talk about. We need to keep possession in Tar territory. Here they go now with McDonald.
Back in the midfield stripe. Kind of chips that to Elena Barr. Keeps it moving. Detweiler. Knapp up in the play. Looking for Caprara in front. It got blocked. Mosley. Buckley. Bump by Taiwo. And Buckley just smashes that forward. Rommel an easy play here for McDonald with 4:40 left in a scoreless first half. Of the Spartans, McDonald's probably had the most touches. Makes a nice pass here to Sheridan. Into the middle, Asgadam. One touch, Caprara. McDonald once more. Asgadam. Lauren McDonald switches it for Nasello toward the penalty area. Good job, Caprara wins it. A little ball for Sheridan. A shot attempt blocked. And it's back in midfield. O'Brien waiting for it. Turning on McDonald. Good play, McDonald. The clean tackle. Lisa Caprara. Plays it forward, Asgadam. Puts it in front! Just wide, Sheridan.
And those crisp passes, that's what it led to. That was almost Merry Christmas, but the Spartans cannot execute. But that's the look they want all game long.
That would have been a beautiful finish to a great sequence. Sheridan just put the shot wide on the first touch.
Her eyes definitely lit up when she saw the ball right in front of her and the whole net to her avail.
Well, for either side, that's been the best scoring chance. Richards unable to do anything with that header. Detweiler leaves it for Quinn Knapp. Volk took it away momentarily. Knapp recovers. Puts that out. Throw in for Rollins. Down to 3 minutes left in a scoreless first half. Richards is going to come out here in favor of Katie Evans, freshman from Orlando.
Rollins substitution. Number 11, Katie Evans, replaces number 18, Jill Richards.
Volk the throw-in. Buckley goes down again. She has had a tough first half.
Should be a free ball now.
Yeah, that was a foul.
Already the 7th of the game for the Spartans, so that's something they're going to look to tidy up.
High ball over the bar. Ambitious attempt from McMegan.
Yeah, McMegan's not afraid at all. She's got 3 goals on the year, trying to put the team on her back.
I was on the Rollins website earlier today watching some of the highlights from earlier this year. McMegan scored a goal, a one-hopper from probably about 45 yards out in a game earlier this year. That one was in the air all the way and over the bar. Ball in midfield. Evans, her first touch. Puts it toward the corner. Volk put it over the end line.
And Quinn Knapp's been everywhere. You see the denial, the presence, the confrontation, and she gets yet another goal kick. And the wind, will it pick up again as she gets ready?
Yeah, I mentioned McDonald's probably had the most touches, but perhaps Knapp has had the most impact in terms of thwarting rushes against.
Yeah, they go hand in hand, doing a phenomenal job for the Spartans on the defensive side of things.
Asgadam heads that forward. Caprara has a little space here. Chips it over the top.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Detweiler looking to win it from Crosby. Kayla Crosby lifts that, stays in play. Buckley keeps it alive. Under a minute to go in the first half. Crosby's through ball ends up harmlessly coming in on Bromwell.
Do the
Ball at
Spartans have one
midfield.
last push, 30 seconds?
Masella trying to set up Asgadon. There's a foul. Spartans have to hurry with under 30 seconds left. Lacey Nasello. Gives it to Coaster. 18 seconds left. Coaster, Sheridan. Back for Coaster.
10,
Into the area.
8,
Elena Barr, we're going to settle it down. Caprara. That did not work. Crosby knocks it away, and that'll do it.
1, 0.
Well, possession advantage most assuredly to Rollins. They had more time with the ball. They had more corner kicks. They had more balls directed to the net, but the best scoring chance came from the Spartans. Sheridan just put her shot wide of goal.
Absolutely, and the Spartans, they were knocking on the door towards the end of the first half. That's something they're going to try to build off of as they come out of the intermission. As for Rollins, I mean, they just took control midway through the first half, and they were unable to score, but there was a point where the Spartans were on their side of the field for about 5-10 minutes consecutively.
Yeah, shots on goal were actually even 1-1, but definitely you felt that the Spartans were dealing with pressure more regularly in that first half. But if the wind stays the way it's been blowing, they'll have the wind at their backs in the second half.
Definitely, and that's something they're going to need to continue to implement because, hey, the Spartans, they got many different types of players that can beat you, whether it be a freshman sensation like Morris, Barr, or whether it be a senior like Sheridan who was this close to scoring. So they have it in them. It's just a matter of continuing to make crisp passes, play together, trust your teammates. They should be okay.
All right, we'll be back with the second half, Connor and I, in about 10 minutes or so. No score after 45 minutes from Pepin Stadium on the campus of the University of Tampa. Back with the second half in a few.
At DoubleTree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at DoubleTree.com. At DoubleTree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at DoubleTree.com.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Victoria and I'm a junior studying communications. Today we're going to be visiting some of my favorite off-campus spots that make the Tampa Bay area special. A short walk across the bridge from campus, you'll find Curtis Hickson Park. Located in downtown Tampa, it serves as a popular spot for concerts and festivals. Next door is the Tampa Museum of Art and Glazer Children's Museum. In addition, check out Tampa's Riverwalk, a downtown biking and walking trail that links 5 museums and 7 parks. Just a couple of blocks away is the historic Tampa Theater, a restored movie theater from the 1920s. Tampa's downtown business district, with 18 skyscrapers, is a great place for internships. From here, catch a trolley over to Ybor City, Tampa's historic cigar-making district. Along with lots of restaurants and music venues, Ybor offers a movie theater, museums, shops, and an active nightlife scene. In the mood for some shopping? Take a stroll through Hyde Park Village, an outdoor shopping district with high-end shops and restaurants. For a more traditional experience, International Plaza and West Shore Plaza are both within 4 miles of campus. All shopped out? Nearby you'll find beautiful Bayshore Boulevard, home to the world's longest continuous sidewalk. This 4.5-mile path is ideal for walking, running, or biking, and keep an eye out for dolphins and stingrays in the bay. Any hockey fans out there? The Amalie Arena is home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. In addition, the arena hosts over 150 concerts and events each year. If football's more your speed, come see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Raymond James Stadium. Just across the street is the spring training facility for the New York Yankees. Catch a game when they're in town. You can get close up to nature at Tampa's Lowry Park Zoo. Enjoy the tropical setting while viewing more than 1,200 animals ranging from tigers to chimpanzees and to manatees. Be sure to also check out the Florida Aquarium, an award-winning facility with 20,000 fish and aquatic animals from ecosystems around the world. If you're a thrill seeker, then Busch Gardens has you covered. This popular amusement park features 5 top-rated roller coasters and animal exhibits. We've saved the best for last. The Tampa Bay area has some of the most beautiful white sand beaches in the world. Clearwater Beach provides the perfect spot to swim, relax, and hang out with friends. Here we are, back at the absolute best spot in town, UT's campus. I hope you enjoyed getting a taste of what makes this area so exciting and that you'll soon join us here in the beautiful Tampa Bay area.
Nada. No. Empanada. It's Mr. Empanada to you.
Now serving up scrumptious empanadas in convenient Tampa Bay locations. Mr. Empanada. Like.
Zero calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Tony, T-H-O. Cece, glad you made it.
Ricky wins again. Oh, what is this place?
Iowa, only with maximum Pepsi taste and 0 calories.
Whoa.
I love it when he does.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and
half between the UT Spartans and Rollins Tars. What do you got in the way of first half stats, Connor?
Yeah, so let's start with both goalkeepers. They both had a clean sheet in the first half, each recording 1 save. For Megan Bromwell, she was faced with a Catherine O'Brien shot. We saw that off a free kick, and she made a nice save. As for Kelly Roswell, she stopped Lacey Nacello with a beautiful shot, and then Alexis Sheridan, she had the closest shot, just missed a little bit left. But aside from that, the goalkeepers and the defense have done their part. For the Tampa Spartans, they have 4 shots, 1 of them on goal. Rollins have 3, the other on goal. And Tampa has 7 fouls. I think that's one of the few numbers that will stick out to you. They just need to play a little bit more smart on the field. Not to say don't be as aggressive, but just use your head and make the right decisions. Don't gamble when you're out there. For the Tars, they have 4 fouls. We saw a bunch of them late. Spartans, only 1 corner kick. That was by Lauren McDonald in the first 7 minutes of the game, whereas Jill Richards, she's had 4 of her own. And we've seen both teams be offsides once. So I think when you look at it, both teams having a minute here to talk it over and adjust for the second half, but neck and neck ball game so far.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised about the shot total. I really thought Rollins had more attempts toward goal, but it was 4-3 Spartans. So I guess some of that possession time for Rollins didn't yield actual shot attempts. The other notable stat, like you mentioned the fouls, 7-4 Spartans. I didn't feel that they committed any fouls in really dangerous areas, though. Yeah. It seemed like a lot of their fouls are out toward midfield, where if you're going to give up a free kick, better give it up closer to midfield than just outside the penalty area, or, God forbid, in the penalty area.
Definitely, and it'll be Morse and Asgadam looking to start things off as the Tars are.
Ryan, Mosley, and McGirt. China McGirt bumps it backwards. Talmadge, and now Crosby. That ball stolen. Asgadam is able to get around. Liano steals it. And Crowell was able to just put it forward. Coaster kicks that out. Here's a throw in. McDonald defended, but again put it out. They're going to award this throw in to the Spartans. I guess it went off the Rollins player. Tough to see on that far sideline. So a throw in for Lauren McDonald. Griner put it out, now a throw in for Rollins. Morigliano, another throw in.
See Ashley Loaiza out on the field for the Spartans. Coach Witalski mixing it up yet again. Junior from Cooper City, Florida, the midi, getting some run.
Well, probably there was a lot in that first half that Coach Witalski wasn't thrilled with. And we talked about the lack of possession time, so mixing things up a bit.
Yeah, and she'll also go with the junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, Alex Jackson, defender out there. So hopefully those two can add a spark.
McDonald is stripped. Mosley ran into Tyro's tackle. That ball was out off of Talmadge. Gabby Desitels is also in the game, Connor. They didn't give us the starting 11 to begin the second half. Kind of piecemealing it together best we can. O'Brien looking to escape into the penalty area. Still going. Tyro couldn't quite clear it out. Dangerous play here. Desitels was able to just get it out of the penalty area, and then Crowell kicked it wide, but it deflected wide. So this is another corner kick for Rollins.
And you mentioned Gabby Desitels. This time last week, she got her first collegiate goal against Florida National. So she's playing with a burst of confidence. Bigger moment here as we're in a 0-0 game, but corner coming for the Tars.
Here's Richards. Right on goal. Bromwell calmly catches that. Well done, high in the air. Bounces toward Morse, trying to calm it down. There's Loaiza following up. Loaiza sprinting wide on Crosby and put it off Crosby to Loaiza, so the Spartans get their second corner kick of the night.
Excellent work by Loaiza. Now we have an opportunity. Alex Jackson, the junior, with the corner.
Chips it toward the goal, and that may have hit off the top of the net. Either that or Rosewell get a piece of it, but apparently not, because it's a goal kick.
Yeah, I think it hit the top of the net. Did look like Roswell touched it, but the ball was already out of play, thus the goal kick. But Alex Jackson put that one right on the money. Good shot attempt.
The wind, I mean, the wind is blowing as we're watching things left to right. That's a short kick. Jackson steps up, couldn't get it. Megan Mosley, defended by Nasello. It's a throw-in for Rollins. Catherine O'Brien put it out.
Give you the lineups for Rollins. McMeekin, Crowell, O'Brien, Talmadge, McGirt, Mosley, Von Eschenbach, Richards, Crosby, Morigliano, and Roswell in net. That makes up the Tars.
50-50 ball. In midfield, Asgadam does come up with it. Pursuing is Loaiza. Trying to sprint onto this, keep it alive. She does so. Right along the stripe. Didn't go out. Talmadge is there. And McMeekin does kick it out. Loaiza did all that work to track the ball, and a little bit of English on that to keep it in play. McMeekin for O'Brien. Taiwo steps up. Ball at midfield. Off of Crowell. Here's a throw-in for Knapp.
Give it
Askedon back for Knapp. Diagonal ball. Richards put it off Alex Jackson, and now a steal for Coaster. Calming down that first touch. Ball toward the area. Knocking away is Von Eschenbach. Now the Spartans are the ones applying a little bit of pressure here as Crosby puts it out.
Yeah,
Knapp another throw-in.
First 6.5 minutes, Spartans keeping it in Rollins territory.
Another throw-in, a little closer to goal. We're early in the second half. No score. Asgadam. Knapp. Top of the area, Desitels. And now Lacey Nacello. Morigliano defending. Lacey Nacello puts it over the top, and that had too much topspin on it. It hit the turf and spun out. So we'll get the goal kick from Rosewell. But this lineup change seems to have sparked UT, in particular Loaiza, who's been very active.
Yeah, the fresh legs definitely help. She's been all over the right wing, and Asgadam in a foot race.
Ball is still alive. Who's going to come up with it? Jackson does. Left-footed ball, Asgadam. Ooh, nice through for Loaiza, just a little too far. Von Eschenbach boots it away. Jackson again. Heads it down, deflects to Nastasia Asgadam. She actually let it go out. And Knapp with the throw-in.
Yeah, Talma got away with a push in the back of Asgadam there. No call, but Quinn Knapp will throw.
Into traffic. Talmadge blocks that. China McGirt earns the throw-in. Or are they saying a push? Yeah, it's going to be a foul on McGirt. I think the Spartans would have preferred the free kick on the earlier one that Talmadge may have gotten away with. That would have been a good 25 yards closer to the goal.
Although Quinn Knapp, she's got arguably the strongest leg on the team. She can very well send this into the box, and she does.
Jackson never had a reacher. China McGirt will leave it for Mosley, and now Jill Richards. Down that right wing. Lead ball O'Brien. Put it out off of Taiwo.
Be the sixth corner of the game for the Tars. Who other than Jill Richards?
Conferring with O'Brien, who's standing right by her. The ball into the area. Saved off the goal line. Knapp saved a goal right there. It bounced right to her.
I mean, that was an exceptional play by Rollins, but you mentioned, Dave, Quinn Knapp in the right place at the right time.
Asgadam going to burst free in midfield. Crosby defends that, but here's Taiwo. Ball over the top, handled by Von Eschenbach. Taylor Coaster lifts that high in the air. Foot race to this ball. Wico Morse hungrily after it, battling Crosby. Crosby shoves her to the turf. But it's going to be a goal kick. Morse upset that no foul was called.
Yeah, in disbelief there, but it's been a physical game, and at this point it should continue to be one.
Well, I think her argument was that Crosby made no attempt to play the ball. She was just trying to prevent Morse from getting to the ball.
Yeah, it's one that could go either way. Morse still pleading her case with the side official to no avail.
This ball is going to skip to Knapp.
Goes
spun
lefty.
off her foot. Catherine O'Brien put it off Knapp, and it deflects forward. Olivia Talmadge. Rennie Taiwo back to defend. And clears it out for a throw into Rollins. Over 10 minutes played in the second half. Still no score. China McGirt. Talmadge cuts back. Puts it back post. And there's Desitels to guide it along to make sure that thing went over the end line.
Yeah, safe play by Gabby Desitels, and we'll see what happens on the corner kick. But that one, Bromwell wasn't sure to come out or not and get that. And that one was just hanging there, and a couple of Tar defenders were in the area.
Richards has been working out that right foot from the corner flag. This one more to the top of the area. Well defended by the Spartans. That might have been Morse. Get her head on that. She was in the area anyway. It's back in midfield. Kayla Crosby. Kind of a chip shot. A 50-50 ball. O'Brien to McGirt. Richards. Back post too far for Talmadge. Approaching 12 minutes played in the second half. Oh, they're calling another corner. That was deflected. This is corner number 8. And on this side, it's going to be Megan Mosley. Short ball to Talmadge. Back from Mosley, fumbled it a bit. And that just gets chipped away by Morse. Oh, I'm sorry, by Loaiza. So the throw-in back in midfield. Crosby looking for McGirt. Defended by Knapp, and actually off McGirt. Tars had 4 corners in the first half, already 4 more in the second. But neither team has found the back of the net.
It's been a battle of runs right now as Tars on yet another one.
McGirt. Nicello defending. They bump shoulders. McGirt keeps it moving. Richards. That's going to be a throw-in. But more pressure from Rollins. China McGirt at that corner flag. Back for Richards. And out off Desitels. The throw-in for O'Brien. Looking to turn on Coaster. Coaster knocks it away to Gabby Desitels. Got it away from a dangerous spot to Morse. Tried to stutter step around Morigliano. It went out and they said off Morse. Desitels makes a steal. Puts it out. Off a Rollins player. Boy, not a lot of flow for the Spartans after they had a good stretch early in the second half.
Spartan substitution. Number 11, Mia Brantley, replaces number 15, Lauren McDaniel.
So Brantley comes in for Lauren McDaniel. She'll get the throw, and Mia Brantley hoping to be that X factor, the sophomore defender from Steinbrenner High School.
Nicello across to Knapp. Has room down the right wing. Ball into the area, toward the area for Asgadam. Well defended though by the Tars. And McMegan will knock it back to midfield. It'll be a throw-in for Knapp. Stealing it, Talmadge to O'Brien. Through ball, McGirt coming out to challenge and grabbing it first, Bromwell.
It was a nice play by Bromwell, showing her inner sweeper keeper with a nice sliding save, saving the day for the Spartans.
Asgadam in midfield, trying to find space. Ball handled by Desitels. Here's Coaster. Looking for Morse, but instead Von Eschenbach just bombs it back the other way, and McGirt looking to put it in front to O'Brien, and a throw-in. A lot of pressure from McGirt and O'Brien right now getting applied. Richards to the throw-in, or for the throw-in.
Yeah, they're giving the Spartans everything they can handle. Spartans clinging to their back line on defense. Can they do it again?
Catherine O'Brien spinning on Coaster. Looking back post, punching it away is Bromwell. Coaster lifts it outside the area. Here's Mosley popping one right to goal. Spartans need some pushback right now. Under 29 minutes left in the second half. 0-0. Asgadam heads it forward. Loaiza trying to track it. Crosby battling with Loaiza. Loaiza has the ball. Now for Asgadam.
Confusion there, but yeah, just play on. No whistle. Don't stop.
Knapp back for Ashley Loaiza. Here's the cross. Asgadam kind of spun that one weakly to goal. Roosevelt picks it up.
Yeah, she's frustrated. She had more time than she thought. Rushed it just a bit.
High ball to midfield. Brantley with her head puts it toward Moiko Morse. That is out off of Morse. Not a lot of flow, really, on both sides, but especially for the Spartans in terms of stringing 2, 3, 4 passes together through midfield.
Rollins substitutions. First, number 11, Katie Evans replaces number 18, Jill Richards.
Richards comes off for
And
Katie
number 14, Sarah
Evans.
Buckley replaces number 7, China McGirt.
Sarah Buckley coming back for China McGirt.
Morris trying to track this one there with Alex Jackson and Asgadam. Deza tells. Tough ball for Asgadam. Marigliano on the throw-in. Buckley and Katie Evans. Back for Buckley. Mosley stepping up his Knapp to intercept. Quinn Knapp taking it herself. Ball for Asgadam is knocked away by Marigliano. Coaster couldn't control. Buckley will. O'Brien runs onto it. Back for Sarah Buckley. She can zing it, but that one sails wide.
Yeah, anytime she gets ready, take that shot, you hold your breath if you're in opposing defense. She can score from even the deepest of areas on the field.
Looks like Brantley's going to come and take this goal kick.
Yeah, Knapp is exhausted. She's been taking them all game, and she just was trying to do it herself on the offensive end. So somebody else coming up, Brantley, fresh legs.
Left-footed kick to midfield. Asgadam looking to control this, and she will. Leaves it for Moiko Morse, accelerating toward the offensive third, dispossessed from behind. That was a good defensive play by Marigliano.
Yeah, Morse had that look in her eye. She was looking to do damage. Marigliano, prime time defense.
Ty with a safe play to kick it out. Throwing Talmadge to O'Brien. O'Brien spins it on goal. Bromwell collects it.
Give you a quick update for you baseball enthusiasts. A 2-run homer for Aaron Judge in a winner go-home wild card matchup against the Oakland Athletics. Great game last night. 2-1 ultimately the Rockies beat the Cubs, but postseason baseball along with terrific soccer on display.
All right,
Catherine O'Brien had it, lost it.
Stand up and make some noise for a free University of Tampa t-shirt.
Rennie Taiwo. Jackson keeps the ball in play. Asgadam. And that is out off Crosby. We've reached the final 25 minutes in the second half. 0 still on the board. Morse looking for Asgadam. That did not work. Instead, it's Mosley stepping up Nasello. Loaiza there too. And a foul on Loaiza. Kira McNegan mentioned she scored goals from long range. This is really long range. Makes a pass to O'Brien. O'Brien cuts toward the middle. Chips it into the area. Buckley turns and offside.
Yeah, Spartans, risky defense there. That's what they were looking for. They get the delayed call from our side official, but when Buckley's inside the box, she's always a threat.
Another goal kick from Brantley. Got it to Jackson. One touch, Desautel. Broken up by Katie Evans. Here's Brantley. Spinning it to Asgadam in midfield, trying to turn on Morigliano. Slide tackle Morigliano. Got it out. I think she wanted a foul.
Well,
we're going to get a card here.
Wow. First one of the night.
Was it on the slide tackle? So she was upset about the call, perhaps.
Well, we're taking a look with Morigliano. It looks to just be a warning granted, but it will be a free kick. Actually, a throw-in for the Spartans.
Yeah, so it wasn't a foul. Maybe she mouthed it off.
Yeah, Janessa Gunn just wanted to have a word with her there. And
Morigliano going to get the ball out of a troubling area. Nasello follows up. Knapp makes her way to the middle. Puts it on goal, but a floater. Rosewell right there.
Yeah, would have liked to have seen Knapp attack a little bit more. She had a lot of open space. Not a bad decision, though.
Ball back for Knapp. Puts it off Talmadge, and it's out.
Knapp going right to Asgadam. Give and go.
Knapp over the top. Deflected off Crowell. And that ball goes wide.
Yeah, I think the wind just took that one from Brantley with the rare miscue. That one sailed. And we will have a goal kick.
More than halfway home in the second half. 22 minutes remaining. Best chance in the half off a corner kick. On the line, Quinn Knapp blocked it. Corner kick for Rollins. Quinn Knapp saved a goal. Asgadam, Nasello. Morse. Crosby defends. Following up, Desautel. Loaiza. Back post. Jackson's going to track this one. Keeps it alive. Brantley. Broken up.
And if Loaiza put that any more on the money, that would have been a thing of beauty. Great pass, just nobody home.
Throwing for coasters, it's off O'Brien. Asgadam turns with this. On a run to the corner. Put it toward Loaiza. That might have skipped out first on a deflection. It did. So a corner kick for UT. I believe just their third,
and
correct?
It is, Dave, and if you look at the numbers, already 8 for the Tars, so got to give credit to the interior defense for the Spartans, keeping them off the scoreboard despite now having 5 more corners for Rollins.
Brantley with the corner. Headed right back out. Here's Quinn Knapp. Regrouping. Mosley applying some pressure, as is O'Brien. Loaiza could not keep that in play. We may be getting a substitution here. We are. Katie Evans exits.
Rollins substitution.
We're seeing Emily Katie get ready to re-enter for the Spartans, as well as a few of her teammates. See who Coach Woltowski is talking to. And we'll see who comes out. Everyone's done a great job contributing, so.
Richards, poor ball there. Reading in and intercepting Desautel. Jackson. Asgadam. Morse couldn't handle that. Back post, though, it's Brantley. Knocking it down, Morigliano, but another corner. Brantley's been really aggressive about jumping up from the back. And she'll get another crack at a corner kick here.
Yeah, taking a look, you got Loaiza flooding around the goal, as well as Jackson, DeSatol's, DeCello's in the area, and Morse.
Jackson will take the corner. Here it comes, looping ball. DeCello got a piece, Knapp follows up, still in the penalty area. And it gets knocked out to midfield by Crowell. Catherine O'Brien lost it to a Coaster tackle.
Yeah, nice on-ball defense by Coaster, and then Askedam helped her out.
Taiwo turns it over, but McMeekin unable to do anything with it. 18:20 left. Rennie Taiwo. Crosby with the header. McMeekin of Rollins toward Megan Mosley, broken up by Desatels. Here's Coaster, pressured by Mosley. Gets help from Desatels, and now Lacey DeCello, give and go. Desatels, through ball to Morse. Defending is Mergliano. Morris put her foot over it, but it spins back to Lacey DeCello. Across to Knapp. Quinn Knapp. Right in on the keeper. Rosewell basically stood right where she was and jumped up a little bit and caught that easily.
Yeah, I like the shot there by Knapp as the wind was picking up, so let it loose and you never know where it might go with the wind being such a factor tonight.
Taiwo in the back, Taylor Coaster, Mia Brantley. Looking for Askedam in space. Van Eschenbach got to it first and put it out. So it really has been a game of runs. Spartans had the run of play early in the second half, then a long stretch where Rollins was applying pressure. They had those 4 corner kicks. But more recently, UT has carried play. We're seeing multiple substitutions here for the Spartans.
Yeah, both teams have had their moments. And Dave, you said it best. Looked like the Tars really dominated possession in the beginning of the game, but the last 10 minutes of the first half, and now we're about 30 minutes or so into the second half, it's primarily been Tampa as we see Katie come back on the field.
Detweiler as well.
And Lisa Caprera on the field. So those 3 new players trying to give the Spartans that extra boost.
Throw in for Brantley. Directing traffic. Katie back for Brantley. The ball is going to deflect. Who's got it? DeCello chested that down. Ball in front. Save made on Caprera.
What a 1-2 punch there. Katie to Caprera. And what a save. Kelly Roswell has not seen too much action tonight, but she came up big.
Again, right on that shot.
We'll go down to our sideline reporter, Ian Gamiri. Ian, what do you see as we go?
Katie with a run here. Askedam fires one wide.
Ian, to you as we see the Spartans making some moves.
Substitutions for Tampa. Number 7, Emily Katie, replaces number 10, Malika Morse.
Hello, Connor. Down here, the action is very lively. Both teams going for it at this late stage in the game with only 15 minutes left, because both teams desperate to catch up to Barry right now. I think that's what's going to concern, because a draw at this point is only going to be good for Barry going into the game between Barry and Tampa on Saturday, I believe. So that's going to be a real showdown there to see who will come up top in the Sunshine State Conference. But more on this game, it's gone both ways. It's still that battle in the midfield that's still going to decide this game, I feel, if there's ever going to be a winner, where we might have one right now. But back to you in the studio, Connor, after this great play.
Mosley had a dangerous looking run there. She got broken up by Rennie Taiwo, but Rollins keeping on the attack. McGirt had it, lost it. but a throw in for Richards.
Yeah, gonna monitor Mosley, slow to get back up to her feet. Looks to be telling her coach she's okay.
Richards looking things over on the throw-in. Puts it kind of toward the end line, and that bounced out harmlessly. Spartans were all over that play. Didn't really give her many options, Richards, on the throw-in. 13:38 left to go in the second half.
Yeah, drama here at Pepin Stadium. 13:30. What team wants it more?
Brantley put it to midfield. Mosley of Rollins. Richards over the top. O'Brien. Still a lot of gas in the tank. Thought that was too hard of a touch. She has not come out of this game, Catherine O'Brien, and she's sprinting after balls like it's the 4th minute.
Yeah, just give her credit. She's well conditioned. She is still running harder than anyone on the field, and she's been out there just as long as anybody.
Brantley again to midfield. Stepping up, McNeekin. Richards. Ball deflects to China McGirt. Has a step. Puts it in front, and it skipped through everyone. We have a Spartan player slow to get up. That's Coaster, I believe. In the meantime, Caprara puts it back to the Rollins side of the field. A little bit of a tackle from Morris, and upset on that was Crosby. She thought it went out, or off Katie, excuse me.
Yeah, Emily Katie getting it done even when she's not scoring. Just working harder that time than Crosby.
Quinn Knapp on the throw-in. Caprara. Knapp into the area and right back out. Talmadge loses Desautel. Here's Brantley on another run. Big strides toward the corner flag. Mia Brantley broken up by Marigliano. That is out for a throw-in for the Spartans with under 12 minutes left. Brantley surveying the situation. Hasgadam defended. Nasello follows up. Here's Knapp with a bit of room. Mishandled the touch. Got it to Caprara. Jostling with Volk. And a foul on Caprara.
Staying aggressive, Lisa Caprara. Crowd might have gotten that one by urging the ref, but call made.
Kira McMegan. Knapp steps up. Lisa Caprara.
Be a Quinn Knapp throw, and as Libby Wiseman prepares to check back in for the Spartans. We have not seen her since early in the first half. She'll take over.
Libby's coming back. Libby's giving it a go, dude.
She will take over for Gabby Desautel.
See if she can give the Spartans a boost. As you mentioned, she came out earlier in the first half. She's had a good long rest. Julia Detweiler with a little room here. Puts it in front. And that didn't work. Mosley. O'Brien touches it forward. Tyro is there. Makes a play for Knapp. Tough ball. Catherine O'Brien to McGirt. China McGirt.
Substitution for the Spartans.
Who slips it for Talmadge. Try to put it into the area. Tyler just bombs it back to midfield. Crosby reapplying pressure for O'Brien. A little bit of a bump.
Fans, it's time
and that is a throw-in. I thought they were going to call a foul. Would have been a pretty dangerous free kick. Volk throws it into O'Brien. Iowa defense. Knocking her down, and that's a foul. This is going to be a tough set piece for the Spartans to deal with. O'Brien slow to get up.
She's been out there all game long, and it'll be very difficult to get her off the field. She looks to be okay. A bit wounded.
It'll be Richards. Gives it to O'Brien. Back for Jill Richards. Looking back post, China McGirt is going to track this ball. And again, she tried to put it in front, but it went out. Spartans dodged a bullet there. Are you surprised she made the short pass rather than trying to cross on the free kick?
Absolutely. I mean, especially because she went right back to O'Brien, who is just hampered getting up slowly. So I definitely would have expected them to center that deep into the box. But interesting play call, and Spartans
substitution.
Moving now.
Asgadam sits for the first time tonight.
Replaces number 12, Nastasia Asgadam.
Morris replaces her.
Good fight by Wiseman, keeping possession for Tampa.
Final 8-10 in the second half. Brantley for Wiseman. Trying to go back to Brantley under pressure. China McGirt forces a steal. Richards into space. O'Brien. Catherine O'Brien. Taiwo, strong defensive play. Quick pass Wiseman. Richards a steal. Into the area. Lacey Nacello maneuvered it out. Great defensive play by Rennie Taiwo, but the Spartans turned the ball right back over. Here's McGirt. And that'll be a throw-in for UT. Brantley is going to track that ball. Lobs the throw-in into traffic. Rigliano got a foot on it, but here's Lacey Nacello lifting it back to the Rollins side of midfield. Crosby didn't do much with that. Morse trying to nudge it forward for Caprera. No dice there. McMegan broken up by Taiwo. Good ball to Caprera. A couple of pars around her. Works to Knapp, now over the top. It's Katie, a one-touch is going to miss Caprera. 6.5 minutes left to go. Tough throw in there from Crosby. Beautiful play. O'Brien, though, knocked it over Knapp, and that forces Taiwo to kick this out. Volk right to Taiwo. Chips it out to midfield. Morris couldn't quite settle down the pass from Katie, but it will be another throw-in for the Spartans.
Quinn Knapp eyeing what she has. Looks to be Katie. Right back to her. And she'll do it again.
Yep. McMegan had to eat that one.
We'll have a substitution for the Spartans coming off the field. Looks to be Katie. Be Asgadam taking her place.
That was a brief respite for Asgadam.
Places number 7, Emily Katie.
Knapp to Morse, back for Knapp. Chips at Nacello. Nacello emerges with it.
Somebody lost a headband there, so.
Mia Brantley. Ball on the ground, Asgadam. Caprera. Shoots a one-hopper. And Rosewell eats it up.
Yeah, Knapp frustrated. She didn't make that next pass. She was running free on that right wing.
Spartans have done well to at least get shots on goal here in the second half. They only had 1 in the first half.
Yeah, now sitting at 9, only 3 for the Tars.
Knapp to Caprera does well to trap that down and keep it in play. Making a run here. McMegan on the tackle. It's going to deflect to Mia Brantley. 4.5 minutes on the clock. And that might have been aided by the wind. It sails out of play. Desatels is coming back in.
Number 23, Gabby Desatels, replaces number 16, Libby Weissman.
Gianna Marigliano A throw-in is intercepted. Wiseman. That was Brantley, excuse me. Nonetheless, it's a throw-in for UT. Coaster, a nice throw in to Asgadam. Nastasia Asgadam. Detweiler. Here's the cross. Caprera never had a reacher. Good read by Rosewell to cut that off.
Yeah, Rosewell's been the highlight here in the second half for the Tars.
Nifty cross from Desautel's. Almost worked. 3.5 minutes left. That was an errant kick from the keeper. Spartans going right back on the attack. Morigliano has to put it out. A throw-in for Brantley. Ball bouncing around. Morse trying to calm it down for Asgadam. Nasello. And she really didn't pull the trigger on that. Just kind of knocked it toward the goal, and it might have been going wide anyway.
Yeah, that was about 2 feet left, but Roswell not taking any chances, saving it.
This kick stays in play. Richards bounces it to McGirt. Back for Jill Richards. Errant ball. Rennie Tyrell put that out of play. She had a couple of options there, but it's going to be a throw-in deep.
Yeah, questionable decision there. She had Knapp and Bromwell with nobody around them. She wanted to go there, but kicks it out of play.
Richards immediately puts it in. McGirt. And that one out, yeah. Yep. Very close, but a goal kick here. Brantley lining things up as we approach 2 minutes remaining.
Crunch time here at Pepin Stadium.
Asgadam. Up the middle, Caprera. Trying to run onto it. She's got it. Knocked down from behind. And they say it was okay.
What an opportunity in transition for the Spartans.
Caprera on a run into the box. Hit the turf, but no foul.
Yeah, I think Caprera, she wishes she could have shot that a little bit earlier, try to get a little bit too close. Credit Roswell and the Tar defense.
Great ball to her. Desautel's a throw-in over the head of Morse. And Morigliano puts it out. Well, Spartans keeping the pressure on. Brantley's going to throw this in just over a minute to go. Asgadam, back for Mia Brantley. To the back post, but cutting it off, goalkeeper Rosewell.
Yeah, she's been very active these last few minutes.
1 minute remaining in the second half.
You hear PA announcer Eric Erlinson announce 1 minute to go in the second half. Rosewell, the ball is going to deflect to O'Brien. Jill Richards.
Hit Detweiler in the head there.
Over the top, McGirt. Tyro there. Desautel's. Asgadam. Spartans passing well. Asgadam. Detweiler. Turning with it. 28 seconds left. Now Desautel's. For Moiko Morris. Can she keep this in play? No. Seems like the Spartans have found their rhythm just as we're approaching the end of the second half. Some beautiful passing plays that were not really on display earlier in the game.
9.
And it looks like we're going to have some free soccer for you guys tonight.
5.
This will conclude 0-0 through 90 minutes.
2.
So we'll have 2 10-minute
0.
overtime periods if need be. Obviously, sudden death, first team to score will win.
That completes the second half of action.
A much better second half of the Spartans than the first. Rollins had that push probably from about 5 minutes into the second half to maybe 20 minutes into the second half. But before and especially after, the Spartans pushed hard.
Yeah, the Spartans did a phenomenal job. I mean, they have 10 shots, only 3 for Rollins. And we looked at the corners, it was 8-1 at one point, 3 consecutive for Tampa. That's been a point. And then looking at that last play, Detweiler, she was about to thread the needle. She had that push with a minute or 2 to go, just try to get a little bit too close for comfort. Roswell with a big stop.
Connor and I will be back for the first overtime session in a couple of minutes. Zeros on the board. First OT coming up next.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time
I love being a Spartan. I love being a Spartan. I love being a Spartan. I love being a Spartan.
I love being a Spartan because I love Tampa.
And because of all the opportunities available.
We can let it roll for a little more. I mean,
You want to go back to like 2 minutes maybe?
yeah, that's fine. Getting ready for the first overtime session at Pepin Stadium on the campus of the University of Tampa. The UT Spartans, Rollins Tars scoreless after 90 minutes. Let's go back to the sideline where Ian is standing by.
Yeah, Ian, give us a rundown. What you saw through the first 90 minutes and what you expect after seeing both teams in their huddle for this overtime period.
Well, Connor, it's overtime. That's when this game is really gonna start, like when people are gonna start feeling their legs, and at this point, like, we're gonna need fresh legs out there for both set of teams because 90 minutes is a long time, and since most of them have been playing for quite a lot, they're gonna need some rest after this. But one surprising fact I found is that it's a 0-0 game. Both teams are in the top 3 of the Sunshine State Conference, and I was expecting goals from down here, but so far none. And hopefully, we get one in one of the halves of overtime. Golden goal rule format here, so most of you might know that as. So one team scores, the victory goes to them. So hopefully we're in for some goals tonight, because at the moment the crowd have come for some goals and they've not gotten to see one. Of course, we've come close many times in this game, but hopefully, Connor, we get that elusive goal that will end this game. Back to you in the studio before we start the first half of overtime.
Thank you, Ian. Spartans will again defend the goal to our left, which is the side they were on for the second half, which means the wind will be at their back. And maybe it's not a coincidence, Connor, the team that has had the wind at its back, Rollins in the first half, UT in the second half, has had an advantage in run of play.
For sure, and this wind has been steady all night, so neither team, when you're going from that right to left, have been able to, on goal kicks and throw-ins in particular, been able to get any elevation from the ball, and we're almost ready for action. It'll be the Tars getting ready to start us off. McMeekin, McGirt, let's do it. Spartans ready, Tars ready, waiting for Janessa Guns whistle.
And
and we are under action here in our first overtime period.
McMeekin. Ball over the top for Richards. Put out by Brantley. Richards the throw-in. As Connor alluded to, 2 10-minute halves, but as Ian said, a goal will end things, if and when we get one. Ball in midfield. Lisa Caprera trying to set up a teammate. Dezatels and Morse. Good run here down the sideline. Looking for Asgadam in front. That was broken up. Dezatels to Brantley. Brantley has been effective making runs. Slips it through to Morse. Asgadam gets loose. Left-footed shot. Just wide.
Yeah, Detweiler was home. Just could not get there in time. Ball quickly misses right.
Take it outside the box. Shoot it in.
Goal kick for Rosewell. A short one to midfield. McMeekin turns it over. Quinn Knapp. Detweiler. Knapp again. Over the top. Well played by Morse. Controls it twice off her head, and that'll be a throw-in. Spartans kind of building off the momentum that we saw right at the end of the second half.
Yeah, they've kept their foot on the gas pedal, and unlike the first half, Spartans keeping time of possession. Quinn Knapp with the throw.
Asgadam protecting it. That'll be a corner. Talmadge got a piece of it.
Fifth corner of the game for the Spartans. Running over is Asgadam and Brantley. We'll see which one takes it. Looks like it'll be Asgadam will set way to Brantley, getting her second consecutive corner kick.
And she gives it right to Asgadam. And another corner. They get to do it again. This time, I think Brantley's going to try and put this into the area.
Yeah, both of these teams not wanting to get a tie. They've already had 3 this season.
Brantley with that left foot. In front, Rosewell there.
And that was a great shot by Brantley. It had that bend that you look for. Rosewell, what a play. I mean, there were 3 or 4 bodies right with her. She wanted it more, and she got it.
China McGirt heads this forward to Catherine O'Brien. Now Jill Richards. McGirt. Nacelle got in the way. Richards again. A one-hopper in on Bromwell. Caprera has to wait for this. Trying to sprint around Volk. Volk defends her well. Knapp will regroup. Volk pressured her. Knapp a clean pass. Caprera. Asgadam unable to get to that one. Crosby lobs it out.
Look at Gabby, she's wide open. Talk it up, Mike, talk it up.
6 minutes left in the first overtime. Knapp lobs that throw in right to Crosby, who gives it right back to Caprera. A ball up the middle, headed down by Mosley. Detweiler looking to control it, but instead it's Talmadge. Richards fumbled it. Dezatels to Brantley. Brantley has really had the motor running since coming into this game in the second half. That pass blocked by Talmadge. Brantley looking to get it away from China McGirt, but McGirt will calm things down at midfield. Richards put it off Dezatels. Nearly halfway done in the first overtime. A quick substitution here as Volk comes out and Crowell re-enters the game.
Rollins. Number 3, Shalisa Crowell replaces number 20, Rebecca Volk.
Brantley the throw in to Gabby Desitels. She puts it out. Morigliano to O'Brien. Another throw in. Gianna Morigliano, the right back for Rollins. Bounces this one in to McGirt. And Rennie Taiwo is actually, she didn't steal it, she let it roll over the goal line. So here's Brantley again. For much of the game, it was Quinn Knapp taking the goal kicks, but since entering, it's been Brantley with that powerful left foot. Spins it toward Desitels, knocked out by Richards.
Another throw in here for Tampa, as we're now approaching 4 minutes left in our first overtime period.
Coaster on this throw in. She gets it to Morse. Mawiko Morse slicing her way toward the middle. There's a square ball to Knapp. Diagonal toward Asgadov. Didn't work. Nasello loses to McMegan. Hounded by Morse. And that's going to be a throw-in for Rollins. Morse put it out. Good hustle from Mawiko. Gianna Morigliano. Throw-in was knocked away by Brantley. Again, Morse pursuing the ball. Morigliano has it first. Deep, though, toward the corner flag, and she turns it over. Asgadov. A little looping shot, caught by the keeper, Rosewell. Kelly Rosewell. Spins one to midfield. That's going to be taken by Taiwo. He bangs it forward. Kayla Crosby looking for possession. Talmadge. Rollins has had very little possession time from probably the halfway point of the second half onward, but here's a pretty good look from Mosley. Goes to the side. Can Richards keep this in play? Yes. Put a slip it to McGirt. Yeah, taken away.
That should definitely be a whistle.
McGirt knocked down.
Yeah, free ball here for the Spartans. Looks to be Brantley rushing over to take it quickly as we have 2:15 left.
That was a good read by Desitels to make the steal, and then she was taken down.
Brantley with the powerful southpaw, getting ready with the boot.
A low ball, Richards blocks it and puts it out, so now it's a throw-in. Under 2 minutes left in the first overtime. Ball at midfield, Taylor Coaster puts it from her head to her foot, and then a nice touch to Knapp. Ball into space, Detweiler. Keeps it alive. Caprera. Nice cut move. Outside the area. Looking for Morse in front. Well defended by the Tars. Regrouping is Knapp. Julia Detweiler. Has Morse in the area. Over her head. And Talmadge will just spin that out to midfield. Coaster heads it forward, and Richards just lobs it toward China McGirt.
60 seconds left in the first
1 minute remaining in the first overtime.
This is off Taiwo, so a throw-in. China McGirt.
Spartans definitely the aggressor here in the first 10 minutes.
O'Brien looking to win this ball. Tenacious comes up with it. Richards. Taiwo the tackle, that went out right at the corner flag, but it will be a throw and not a corner kick, which is pretty significant.
Yeah, what should be Rollins' last chance to score here in the first period.
Jill Richards wants to get something on this throw-in, and Coaster prevented a corner on that one. And now Richards puts it back in on the keeper, Bromwell. She'll hold on to this. Time ticks down. 10 seconds.
9, 8.
Yeah, no rush here. Looks like they will take the first OT. We played 100 minutes, Dave. Still nothing doing on the scoreboard.
So it comes down to the final 10. So look, Rollins looks like a team that is running out of gas, but now the wind is not as strong as it was earlier, but they will have the wind at their back, and we'll see if that spurs their attack, because they were very dangerous in the first half when they had the wind at their back.
For sure, and I look for the Spartans just to keep their foot on the gas pedal. They looked great in that first period. They had opportunities, they had looks, just a matter of executing. Ian, what did you see on the field there in the first OT?
Well, first OT, I saw a more aggressive-looking Tampa. Clearly they were the better side in this first OT. Rollins, like Dave said, ran out of gas. Couldn't really create many chances. I think the only time the ball wasn't their attacking half was probably during the last play of the game. So this short little breather is much needed by them. I think Tampa will feel like it's come at the wrong time, probably, but Rollins, they'll feel like it came at the right time. They needed the breather probably and then hopefully to make a goal in the second half for their perspective. But hopefully for us, we could use that first half performance and then take it into the second half of overtime and then build on that, because that's what UT needs to do here. And if they do that, they could probably nick a goal in the start of this overtime and end the game there. Go up and catch Barry in the standings, because at the moment, if UT wins this, it's going to be a 2-horse race between them and Barry. Whereas if Rollins were to win this, we could say it's going to become a 3-horse race between those three at the top of the standings. But if it's a draw, I think it probably still won't be over, but Barry will be very, very happy with the result, especially if they play UT on Saturday and win that game. Then we could probably say the Sunshine State Conference, Barry's going to take the top seed going into the Sunshine State playoffs. So that's what we should expect. Well, the team's coming back on to the second half of overtime. We should be expecting a great game now. And back to you in the studio.
One thing that Coach Aaron Switalski has really stayed true to this year is utilizing her team's depth. And I don't know if the wind is a factor or Rollins burned a lot of energy with the pressure they applied in the first half, or it's the depth. But the Spartans have definitely looked like the more energetic team the farther this game has gone along. Moiko Morse looking to slice through the Rollins defenders, couldn't do so as Crowell knocks it away. The ball is put in on Rosewell. Long ball to midfield. Rennie Tylo got her head on it. Comes back to her. Punches it forward, Detweiler.
Yeah, the Spartans have 13 shots, only 3 for the Tars, but defense has been keeping Rollins in this game.
Yeah, those 3 shots all took place in the first half as well. Knapp. Ball in midfield knocked down by Talmadge. Here's Taylor Coaster. Short ball to Brantley. Up the sideline, Desitels couldn't hold that in play. The throw in, Morigliano. Talmadge. China McGirt. One touch O'Brien. Looking for Talmadge. He couldn't run onto that. Coaster, a pass deflects right to O'Brien. McGirt, well defended. Counter Detweiler. Gabby Desitels. Knocking it away is Morigliano. Here's a throw in for Gabby Desitels. Asgadam bumps it backwards. Mia Brantley. Back for Asgadam. Does well to handle a tough ball. Has a little space here. Finds Morse. Back for Asgadam. Detweiler. Across to Knapp. with a little space here. Quinn Knapp. A shot blocked. Caprera follows up, and that's a routine save for Rosewell. Just that last execution of a run in the passing sequence, not there for the Spartans, and credit the Tars for defending well, packing it in.
Yeah, Spartans been knocking on the door all game long, but you mentioned just unable to convert once they get there.
Taiwo lifts that out. A throw in for Rollins. The clock down to 7:30. We're in the second overtime. O'Brien, a tough first touch. Spartans get it back. Rennie Taiwo. Taylor Coaster. Brantley.
Slow down, relax.
Brantley, nice ball into space. Asgadam. Little spin move. And that is headed out by Morigliano. A corner for UT.
Yeah, veteran move that time by Asgadam. You mentioned the spin. There was also some slight hesitation keeping her defender on her feet. And now we have a corner kick. Could this be what the Spartans are looking for? Mia Brantley.
Brantley into the area. Rosewell grabs it. She took some contact from behind. Let me get a card here.
Hey, find a better spot. Make the people move.
And it's been Lacey Nasello all season. She is not afraid to get physical out there, and she challenged Roswell one-on-one. She really wanted that goal.
No card, but they want to check on Rosewell to make sure she's okay.
With a stoppage at 6:33. Go to a quick commercial break while we have a minute. I think we'll hold off on the timeout.
This is the University of Tampa.
Taking a moment to gather herself.
Yeah, they're not going to start the clock until the first touch. Crosby to the sideline. Talmadge heads it forward. This is going to spin harmlessly out of play. Here's Brantley. Asgadam plays it on a one-hopper. Talmadge takes it away. And then she'll use Desitels. Ball spins to Mosley. Looks to maneuver it forward, China McGirt. Crowell. O'Brien traps that down nicely. As Volk on the wing gets it to her.
Offside.
Offside. That was close.
Yeah, Quinn Knapp was baiting her, and she fell for it just offside. Side official on the call. Knapp kicking into the wind.
Ball in midfield. China McGirt has it come to her. An aimless ball here.
Yeah, you almost get the sense the Tars are playing for the draw at this point. They're not very aggressive on the offensive end.
Well, here's McGirt on a steal. A foul called on Caprera. So McMegan lines up the free kick. She can bomb it. We mentioned that earlier. See what she does with this one. And she put it wide.
Yeah, had the distance, just not the aim.
Under 5 minutes left. Can either one of these teams find a goal to win the game?
Both way too familiar with ties. Both have 3 on the season. Neither wants that 4th.
Ball in midfield, taken away Mosley. Olivia Talmadge. O'Brien. Taiwo, strong defensive play, but then she bumps it out. Talmadge with the throw-in. A little bit of a push here for Rollins. Finds O'Brien. Now Mosley. Slices one wide.
Knapp will do it again.
The last couple of goal kicks she's taken have been intercepted at midfield. See if she can find a teammate on this one. And again, McMegan steps up, but Rennie Taiwo is there. Another steal in midfield. Kieran McMegan, good step up again by Taiwo. The Tars stay with it. Talmadge. Crowell. Oh, Brantley missed on that one, but got a piece, so a throw-in. Under 4 minutes left. Olivia Talmadge throws it into space. Good play, Brantley. Needs to do something with this. She did put it out. Where's the throw-in going to be? Talmadge is told to get back closer to midfield. She'll give way to Morigliano. Deep into the second overtime. McGirt turns it over. Coaster looks to make a play, but that is out off Desitels. Morigliano. O'Brien. Taiwo steps up, they lock legs, both go down, the ball out of midfield. Here's Crowell. Over the top, Coaster makes a safe play, she heads that out.
Yeah, clock becoming a factor at this point.
Talmadge. Rollins starting to feel it a little bit. Out off Brantley. Talmadge to O'Brien. Knocked away by Coaster. Coaster just knocks that out to midfield. Kind of some backspin on that. Who did it go out off? It's off of Von Eschenbach.
Late sub for the Spartans coming off as Caprara entering Katie.
Yep. Sprinting on. Wanted to conserve as much time as possible.
Number 4, Ashley Louisa.
Yeah, if she's coming on this late, expect for Coach Mikulski to go to her. The junior has been phenomenal this year.
She had an impact in the second half when she came in. Some good runs. Here's a throw-in for Morigliano. China McGirt. Good step up, Desitels. Tough ball for Brantley, and here's a steal. McGirt. Detweiler. Desitels. Julia Detweiler goes across and open his Knapp with 1:42 remaining. Quinn Knapp sprints toward midfield. Knapp lifts it toward Asgadam. Trying to get this away from Crosby. Crosby to midfield. Knapp is there. Knapp finds Lacey Nasello. Couldn't set up Asgadam, but it will be a throw-in for UT as we approach a minute to go.
Hey, you gotta get hard. There's a minute left. Come on.
Knapp and Aaron Ball. Mosley takes it away. Across.
1 minute remaining in the second overtime.
Talmadge. O'Brien. A through ball, too much on that one for McGirt.
Get high, come on, White.
50 seconds left. Bromwell to midfield. It's going to skip to Nasello. Lifts it over the top, looking for Morse. And that ball did nick off Asgadam's hand. Half a minute left. Morigliano punches it to the Spartans' defensive third. McGirt lifts it in on Bromwell. She'll play it on the one hop. 20 seconds left. High ball to midfield. Time winds down in this one. Mosley lost to Detweiler. Coaster, Detweiler.
7.
Desitels. Morse has to hurry here. Oh, she got knocked down in the area.
And the crowd is belligerent. We have no call, and that will conclude the game. Janessa Gunn with the call, Morse, and the Spartans in disbelief.
Now, let's be honest. That would have been a tough one to call with 2 seconds left in double overtime, and it very well may have been a foul, but she let a lot go tonight. And I think if we're going to be honest, she was consistent in letting a lot go. But that's a tough one. If you're the
I mean, what an ending. It looked like it was about to end, and then with 5 seconds to go, Morse is in the box. We had a little collision. You're right, though. Gunn was consistent, let him play all game long, but if you're the Rollins Stars, You get a sigh of relief there. That easily could have been a call in the box for the PK.
So, a tie. Spartans move to 3-0-2 in conference play, and the Tars go to 3-1-1. So still ahead of Rollins are the Spartans in second place, and they have that big showdown coming up with Barry.
Yeah, they'll go to Winter Park, Florida this Saturday. And boy, I can't wait. It's going to be a great one.
And then we'll be back together next week for Embry-Riddle coming to town a week from tonight.
Absolutely, Dave. It was a pleasure. 110 minutes. All I can say is both of these defenses came to play tonight. They played from the start to finish. It was a great game, all in all.
13-4 were the final shots in favor of the Spartans, and they had the run of play for most of the second half and overtime, but it ends in a scoreless tie. For everyone involved in tonight's webcast, Connor Moore, this is Dave Mishkin saying so long from Pepin Stadium. Final score, 0-0 between the Spartans and Tars. Good night, everybody.